All right, so I'm sitting here in my apartment finishing up my coffee, and in about a little under an hour, I am meeting a friend of mine who is going to drive me up into Grayling area somewhere, and I'm going to launch my kayak for a 6-day solo camping kayak trip down the sable River. It's kind of something I've been interested in doing ever since I was a little boy. I remember like trying to plot out trips like this on the creek by my house when I thought I would go down in a rubber raft, and I had drawn little maps of where I would stop and camp. And so now that I'm a 50-year-old man, I'm going to try and do this. I was at odds on if I was going to try to put together a documentary video of this adventure or not. I decided to for two reasons. The first one being that during the time that I was planning this trip and also looking into other hiking trips that I've already taken or plan to take in the coming year, one of the things that was very helpful for me is I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and some people beginners, some people not, a lot of good information about where to start, where to stop, how, and there was things that I did feel that was left out, especially for people who aren't necessarily new to this. If people are sitting at home thinking, well, can I do this? Is this something that I would be able to make work? So I was hoping that I would be able to put a little bit of those things into light and in this video. And the other reason, and actually it's the main reason that I want to do this video, is one of the people that I watched, his main trip of his was in the Appalachian Trail, and afterwards he did a short little video of his biggest regrets on the trip through the Appalachian Trail. And the biggest one that he had was that he had not taken more pictures or documented more of the trip, because there was so much that was just so life-changing and beautiful moments that he thought he would appreciate being able to look back at more of them in that sense. So with that being said, I'm going to close out for right now, and I will be taking a bunch of photos as well as short little video clips and putting them together afterwards. We'll see how this all works out. All right, I am at the Wakely Bridge Landing in Grayling, about to launch. I'm going to have to do 17 miles minimum to get to Parmalee Camp tonight, and this is the last I'm going to see of anybody I know until next Friday. So here's Elric, who gave me a ride up here.
Gonna miss you, Dan.
All right,
See you next week.
Let's go. All right, I have just found the very first place I could even pull over from launching to try to use my camera at all. And even as it is, I'm pushed up against the shore and I'm holding myself in with my oar. The river is moving really, really fast. I'm going to turn it around and see if you can see. But, well, I guess it doesn't really show. But the water is just moving. I would dare say I've made it over a mile already, and it really hasn't been that long. I'm going to turn off the camera and get back to it. And the mosquitoes through this area are pretty bad, and I haven't bug sprayed yet. So we will talk to you again later. You can see here, it's finally safer for me to pull out my camera a little bit. River's widened up a little, but it's still moving super fast. least I can get a minute to not have to worry about turning. But even still, I'm going to get off this and get back to steering this. All right, so I just launched or docked for a second here at White Pine Canoe Camp. Pulled over. They have some restrooms. There is a fee to stay here. I am not staying here tonight, but I just wanted to kind of get my bearings for a few minutes and maybe do a little bit of this recording. Again, you can see how fast that river is moving. It's having a very hard time doing anything with my camera while I was out there. I did pull out, if I hadn't mentioned before, I have this Sable River guide that breaks a lot of things down. And I started at Wakely Bridge, which was 107 miles, and White Pine Canoe Camp is where we are now. So we've done about 3 miles, a little over, in an hour. That's not bad. So I've got 14 more to go. I'm going to get back to it. So this right here is why I wanted to come out here. Since I've launched, although I've seen a lot of houses, I have seen 2 people in the past, I think probably 5-6 miles, that I've probably done about 5 by now. I know I just passed a little while ago where the South Branch entered. I do regret, when I was originally planning this trip, I wanted to launch, I can't remember the name of the bridge, but somewhere off the South Branch, and meet up to this portion of the river later, and probably end at Rainbow Bend Campground. So far, I'm not planning to stop at Rainbow Bend, even though I'm probably only a couple miles from there. It's pretty early in the day, and my plan has been to get to Parmalee Bridge Camp tonight and stay there. Yeah, but just look at this view. And the wind pushing my camera down onto me. Back around. So that's actually part of the reason why I haven't been filming too much, is not just the wind, but, well, we're going to call it good for right now, and I will get back. So, made it up to Rainbow Bend Campground, but I am not staying here as well. I do plan to push on to Parmalee, which is probably another 10 miles. But I made it here, which was 7 in about 2.5, maybe 3 hours. This is another good looking campsite, big open areas. I'm glad that I have my tent, not just my hammock. A lot of these spots I would not be able to stay in if I just had my hammock. But I will say this particular campsite was very, very hard to portage from the river, or to get up onto in the river. I came very close to flipping my kayak trying to get out of the water and up onto the little dock here. Which is kind of funny because I think the water is normally lower than this, so it would probably be even harder. But I'm going to check my map here for real quick, and we'll be getting back into the water. All right, back on the water, moving pretty damn good here. I'm going to switch so you can kind of see what we're going through. Again, man, stopping at Rainbow Bend. Campsite was really pretty. Had toilets, big open lots, fire rings. I think it was only I can't remember. I think it was only a $5. Yeah, but I could be wrong. It could be 10 a night to stay there. That's kind of irrelevant. But just getting the kayak up onto the little dock there and trying to get out of the water was exceptionally dangerous. But I made it happen. I hope I don't run into too many more places that were that difficult to dock my kayak. But we're moving along and going through some really, oh wow, nice big rock wall coming up here on the right. I don't know if you can see that or not. Also, while I was stopped, I did find the good way to get my tripod for my phone set up so that I can record and take photos and videos as I'm moving along. So I'll probably be doing that a little bit more than I was in the beginning. I got 10 more miles to go today to get to Parmalee Camp. It's only 2:30. I made this 7 miles to Rainbow Bend in about 2.5 hours. So I'm really very confident that I can do that get the 10 miles by a decent time to set up camp and have dinner and hang out. I was kind of worried about that today, just not sure how far I could get. But this 17-mile day will probably get done pretty easily. Connor's Flats was very difficult to get through. Wide open area and a lot of wind coming in my face, slowing me down. But very pretty, but tough to paddle through. And I think that's the worst thing we're going to see until we get up to the first dam that I have to, pond that I have to cross, which is in Mile. Yep. So that's that. And I'm paddling here. I'm going to have my first little snack that I packed, which is some sour warheads cubes. And if you're a fan of things like this, I'll tell you a tip. Freeze these suckers, and they're even better and way more enjoyable. So, back to the front screen, because we got some good views coming up here. But I'm going to stop for right now and eat these sour cubes as I paddle down this river. Interesting to some degree, this is the first bridge I have seen this entire trip. I'm going to look up in a second and see what bridge that is, and maybe later I'll mention it on the video. So that bridge that we passed, it was just seconds ago. I was going to start filming again, but there were some gentlemen fishing, so I decided to not include them in the video. I didn't want to ask permission or anything, and I just felt leaving them out would be better. But anyway, that bridge was McMaster's Bridge, which right after it had a boat landing where, oddly enough, I was originally thinking about docking. So that's or not docking, but excuse me, putting in today, because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to do. Well then, it's that. Guess the camera isn't set up as well as I thought it was, but I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to do enough miles. So yeah, but apparently I was, because I very easily got there, and it's not even like 3 o'clock yet. So I would have really cheated myself out of a lot of these views on the river had I started there instead of back at Wakely Bridge. So starting to turn sideways here, so I better get back to paddling. Hi, baby dear. Oh, this might be rough. There it goes. Tried to get them while they were in the water. They didn't want any part of me. Yeah, those ducks are on the move. Says Redhead's Mill. Not really familiar with this. I thought I had looked up everything out in the area that I'd be passing by and had a good idea of it. So this is going to be something I will Google. Look at that. The sun is out. It has been a very, very overcast day all day, and it's still kind of overcast. This is pretty much the most sun I've seen since I got on the water. Oh. Although it was nice to not have to douse myself in sunscreen today. I'm sure that will be something coming along in the coming days. Flip the camera, let you see all the wonderful sights, including my big toe there. So we'll move it up a little bit. And we'll turn it. There's that sunshine I was talking about. Oh, it's becoming one hell of a beautiful day. Really gotta go to the fucking bathroom. Like, I really gotta pee. It's kind of unbelievable. I have not seen a place. Wow, I'm turning completely around. I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm not worried about it. I'm in a pretty wide area, but here's spinning completely around. Oh, there's my foot again. Yeah, I have been hoping for a place to pull over and use the bathroom for a while. But as of yet, it's either all lots of houses and private property in this section or nowhere that I can safely pull over. hopefully I find something soon. Pretty awesome little spot right here where I was able to pull off for a minute and just take a break. And I'm not going to camp here, but I'm going to keep this in mind if I ever come out this way again. This would, I mean, I don't think you'd be able to get away with having a campfire here, but it'd be an easy place to pull over and put up a hammock or a small little tent like I have with me and just call it a night. I am not going to do that tonight. I am still going to get back in and push onto Parmalee Bridge State Forest Campground, and found a couple feathers while I stopped here, so that was nice. I'm going to take those along with me, and we're going to get back on the water. Pretty slow moving little peaceful area right here. Real quiet. Haven't seen anybody in a while. Water's real deep here. Moving real slow, but I'm okay with that because, you know, it's 4:30. Even if it takes me another 4 hours to get to Parmalee Canoe Camp, which I am just really highly doubt it's going to at this point. But even if it took me 4 hours, I'd be 8:30. I'd still have daylight to get camp set up. So, again, I do feel like, wow, this is just an amazing area. Got a little beaver friend here. Right there. Oh, he went under the water. He said, no way. It's kind of funny. That little beaver guy had no idea I was there until I moved the camera. He was swimming right along me and didn't know I was there. Although I didn't really know he was there for a minute. Looks like up there's some of his handiwork. There's that beaver. There he is. See him? Look at him go. He's got some... Hello, sir. You like being on camera? That was totally his handiwork, and he's taking some grass or something up there. That's where he lives. Wow. It's really crazy out here because you're just kind of coasting along, and you think to yourself like, oh, I'll just kind of keep moving and I'll turn the camera off. And this is just definitely an area where every few seconds I'm like, oh, hey, there's another thing I should film or take a photo of just because it's awesome. Like right up there, a whole family of like, looks like some ducks or geese. I can't make it out because my eyes are bad in this from this far away. But I'm gonna get up a little closer. They're probably not gonna be happy with me. Oh wow, I'm not sure. There's what exactly those? Those are just geese, probably. Huh. Whole family of them. Like I said, every few seconds something you want to film. And it's a real peaceful area of the river where I can just kind of coast. As you can see, I'm spinning around. And I'm going to turn the camera off again, and I bet you I see something else in a few seconds that I want to... Oh, look, there's more of them. Never mind. Let's get these guys, too. There's a whole nother group of them, a whole nother family. We must be really in their area. Hi, guys. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. Yep. Oh, I see. You're pissed off. It's okay. Wow. All right, we'll try turning that camera off again and see what happens. Oh, wait. What's that over? Never mind. A wide open area, just starting to move again. I'm gonna turn the camera off because I just spotted a fisherman up there. I just spent about 5 minutes talking to my camera while I was paddling along, and then realized that I had not hit record. So that's an amusing thing that I'm gonna want to remember for later on. But the reason why I started recording was because my phone alerts went off and reminded me that I was beginning my Sable River trip, and that by tomorrow I need to be in Mile. And I'm like laughing as it's coming up and telling me, and I'm thinking I'm not far from Mile already, so I'm a day ahead of schedule. That's going to make the rest of this trip a lot smoother because I can really screw around and not have to paddle as many miles every day. So this paddling where I'm at right now is a little tougher. I'll open up and let you see, but we are in a very wide, moving, deeper area of the river, and it is not a fast current like it has been for most of today. So if it's like this for much longer, good thing we don't have much more to go today. because I am getting tired. Got some more geese coming up here on the left. Looks like some good scenery as well, so last couple miles of the river, the geese and the ducks and everything is very prominent. How you doing? It's okay. You are pretty. Oh, had some amazing wildlife adventures already today. Started, I hadn't mentioned it yet, but on the way up, as we were driving, we were about a half an hour away on a back highway, a large black bear ran out and decided to stop right before he came out of the ditch, because we would have plowed into him in my friend's truck. But we saw him stand up and then turn around and run back the opposite direction. And as you saw, I saw a deer earlier today. Fortunately, that deer looked very ill. I don't think it had much left for this world. And the beaver, saw him homing and rolling around. And then lots of geese and ducks. We got a choose your own adventure coming up. Should I go right or should I go left? It's probably going to be slower, but I'm going to have a look left. I think it might be interesting if I can get over there. Shit. I might not be able to get there. Oh, just saw a fish jump up there. I don't know if I can get around that log. I am moving. Well, that was frightening. Oh yeah, some shallow moving water here. Whew. That was a lot of work just to get over here. Shit. I don't have the ability to switch the camera around right now because of how I'm moving, but there are some fish moving through here underneath me. Most likely some trout. I can't get a good look at them. They are taking off real fast when they see me. I think they were not expecting me. So here I'm coming back around here. I'm going to rejoin with the main part of the river from that little offshoot island that I went around on. Oh, big tree down. Holy shit, it is getting shallow over here. Oh, never mind, it's deep again. Wow, that opened up. And just like that, we are back from our scenic view. We took the scenic view. What I get for fucking around. I almost hit that tree. Oh. Wow, look at this. Again, this is just an amazing view. Oh wow, there's something. I think I just saw a rat. Wow, that was not a like I think that was a straight up regular rat, like a city rat you would see, river rat, whatever you want to call it, I guess. Huh? This area is definitely moving slow, but it's pretty. So that is nice. Just a little ways back, a lady told me I just had to go around the bend to make it to Parmalee Camp. And anybody who's ever been on a tubing trip or kayak trip with me before knows when I say, oh, it's just around the bend, that means you're going to get up to the next bend, and I'm going to say, well, it's just around the bend. And then you're going to get around that bend, and it's not there, and I'm going to say, well, it's just around that bend. And I think that's what she meant, because I've crossed 2 bends now, and it ain't here yet. Really want to get some footage of that there house that it looks like it's collapsing, but I don't think you can see it. And I'm going to start turning because I'm getting caught up in it, and I don't want to get pulled over there. Especially, oh yeah, it looks like that place caught on fire. Wow. They probably still want $200,000 for it. At Parmalee Bridge Canoe Camp, got my tent set right over there, having a snack. Things I learned today: take a lunch break. I thought I was doing fine. Got here and got halfway set up with my stuff, and I just had to stop, be like, man, I haven't eaten since breakfast. Yeah, let's take a break from that's yeah. So the first thing I've learned on this trip is take a goddamn break. Well, good thing I got done eating and got in the tent and decided to call it a night, because it sounds like it's starting to rain just slightly. But oh well. Hopefully it's nothing major. Day one is over. I am going to look at my maps a little bit and lay here until I go to sleep. So unless something crazy happens in the middle of the night that I feel like I need to wake up and record, I will check back and start again in the morning on day two.